Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, my dear viewer. Welcome to our today's lesson. Today, we are going to discuss Kingdom Monera. Kingdom Monera. We shall explore the general characteristics or traits of members of this kingdom Monera. But the question is, who are the occupants of kingdom Monera? Who are the members of this kingdom Monera? Who are the dwellers of this kingdom? The answer is this. Kingdom Monera is composed or occupied by bacteria. Bacterium is the singular form of bacteria. So when these organisms are many, we refer to them as bacteria. When it is only one, we call it a bacterium. Bacteria are classified or categorized as or according to their shape. There are those that are spherical in shape. There are those that are rod shaped. There are those that are spiral in shape. There are those bacteria that are comma shaped. They look like a comma, the one that you write in your English statements. Bacteria that are spherical take the name cocci, plural, cocci. Coccus is the singular form. Coccus. For example, Staphylococcus, Streptococcus, and Diplococcus. Those that are rod-shaped are of the genus Bacilli. Bacilli. Or if it is one, Bacillus. So we talk of, example, Lactobacillus, the one that is used in the milk industry to process cheese and yogurt. We also have Bacillus mesentericus, which has a role in nutrient cycle. Those that are comma-shaped, example, Vibrio cholerae, Vibrio cholerae, the one that causes cholera, a waterborne disease. Those that are spherical, example, Spirulina. Spirulina is a spiral bacteria. The question is, what are the characteristics or the distinguishing features of members of this kingdom. 1. Bacteria are microscopic organisms. They are so tiny that you cannot see them as you can see the elephant or the warthog or the gazelle, the Thompson's gazelle. You cannot see them as you are able to see the hyena, Corocuta. These organisms can only be seen with an aid of a powerful microscope, such as an electron microscope. Therefore, you and me are unable to see these organisms with our unaided eye. So, under a microscope, you will be able to see the Escherichia coli, the E. coli bacteria. You'll be able to see Treponema pallidum. You'll be able to see Salmonella typhi. You'll be able to see Vibrio cholerae. You will be able to see Mycobacterium tuberculosis. You'll be able to see Pseudomonas denitrificans. You'll be able to see Thiobacillus denitrificans. You'll be able to see the Nitrococcus bacteria, Nitrosomonas bacteria, and Nitrosoglia, not forgetting the Rhizobium bacteria. That is just to appreciate the various types of bacteria that are known. Number 2, apart from being microscopic, bacteria are prokaryotic. A prokaryote is an organism whose nucleus lack a nuclear membrane. Their nucleus is not membrane bound. They have a naked nucleus. They have a false nucleus. They have a pseudo nucleus, a nucleus with no nuclear membrane. Apart from being prokaryotic, bacteria reproduce asexually. Most of the time, most bacteria are engaged or involved or conduct asexual reproduction. What is asexual reproduction? This is a type of reproduction where the reproductive cells or the sex cells or the gametes are not involved. So how do they reproduce asexually? Bacteria reproduce asexually through binary fission. But there are few of bacteria that reproduce sexually. That is through conjugation. They conjugate. Apart from reproducing sexually and asexually, bacteria have very few cell organelles. That is also to say that bacteria lack mitochondria. Mitochondria, the organelle which is the site for energy reproduction. Therefore, if they lack mitochondria, where do they obtain or get the energy? And we can look at that in terms of their mode of feeding. How do they acquire their nutrients? Most bacteria are heterotrophic. That is, these bacteria are unable to manufacture their own food, just like Solanum in Canam does, the Sodom apple. They cannot produce their own food like Brassica oleracea, that is skumawiki. They cannot manufacture, produce, or synthesize their own food, just like Spathodea campanulata, the Nandi flame, or the flame tree. That is to say that heterotrophic bacteria lack chlorophyll. You know, plants use chlorophyll to trap the energy from the sun. So if bacteria are heterotrophic, how do they therefore acquire their food? They acquire their food through parasitism and saprophytism. So we have bacteria that are parasites and those that are saprophytes. A saprophytic bacteria is one that obtains its food from dead organic matter, matter that is rotting, matter that is decaying. That is where they obtain their food. So they are decomposers. They facilitate or carry out the process of decomposition. What are the importance of decomposition? There are those that obtain, don't worry, their food from other living organisms. They parasitize on these organisms. So we call them parasitic bacteria. Now, there are a few of these bacteria that are capable of making their own food. But they make their own food with own energy that is obtained from oxidation of other chemicals, not with the energy that is obtained from the sun, because they are non-green. They are not photosynthetic. They lack the chlorophyll. Therefore, such bacteria manufacture their own food through a process which we refer to as chemosynthesis. Chemosynthesis. The question is, what is chemosynthesis? Chemosynthesis is a process by which non-green plants, some of them, and some bacteria manufacture their own food by using energy obtained from oxidation of other chemicals, like the oxidation of sulfur. Apart from that, bacteria move from one point to another point by the use of flagella. So flagellum is the singular form, while flagella is the plural form. They are numerous. Flagella. One. Flagellum. My dear viewer, or candidate, or student, it is important to note that bacteria have a cell wall which is not strengthened or made up of cellulose. We know that plant cells have cell walls made up of cellulose, but that of bacteria is not made up of cellulose. We have come to the end of the characteristics of members of Kingdom Monera. We have looked at the characteristics in terms of reproduction, movement, nutrition, the type of nucleus. It is also important, before it slips my mind, to note that bacteria are single-celled. There are those that are single-celled, while there are those that live in colonies. Vibrio cholerae is single-celled, but if you look at Staphylococcus and Streptococcus, these organisms or bacteria live as a colony, a group of them. In our next video, we shall look at the harmful effects and the benefits of bacteria. That is, the economic importance of bacteria. At this particular juncture, I would like to request you to subscribe to this YouTube channel and dial or press the notification bell for more educative biology videos. Let us meet in the next video.